Industrial Decarbonization Task Force. And Governor John Bel Edwards, and you'll read about carbon capture. And what is carbon capture? Carbon capture is meant to accomplish blah, 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 capturing carbon emissions and storing them underground. Let me start here. Is carbon capture a creation of the left that is just an indirect tax on businesses, hence passed along to everyday people like you and me?
Yes, because what good does it do? You're not going to eliminate enough carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to actually lower global temperatures. That's not going to happen. Especially if all we're focused on is just the carbon capture in Louisiana, it makes absolutely no difference to the global warming of the entire planet.
Proponents argue, it says, that developing the technology to make carbon capture work on a large scale is essential to stopping climate change.
No, it's not. First of all, we can't stop climate change because we live on a ball in space that is spinning like a top, rotating around a big fireball in space that doesn't burn at the same rate at a constant pattern. We're going around that big ball in space in an elliptical orbit that's constantly changing. And we've got an atmosphere that is made up of multiple different types of gases. The whole thing's spinning out, and we're not even straight up and down. We're kind of at a tilt. You're not going to stop climate change. This is a quixotic adventure. Why spend time and money trying to change something you can't change? Why not spend time and money simply trying to adapt when the changes come?
Because it's government's way of taking more money away from the people and having more control.
It's about power for the folks on the left, but they've bought into a delusional idea.
There was a fellow named, and we have a list, Aaron and I have a list of the greatest lines uttered on Keel since we started in 2014.
Wow.
And one of them is a guy from SWEPCO. I think he's still with them, named Brian Bond. And it was during the latter years of the Obama administration, and it was during the Obama push to eliminate coal-fired power plants.
Right.
And there were a couple in our area, I think one in East Texas, one in Arkansas, I'm not 100% sure, that were about to be shut down. And what he said was, and this is the quote, one of the greatest ever, they mandate, meaning the government. And I want you to sort of apply this to the carbon capture idea to wrap up the segment. What he said was, the government, they mandate we install equipment that doesn't exist and then fine us when we don't install it.
And then they pass those costs on to the consumers of the electricity.
And that's what carbon capture is.
That's what it is. We're now going to require people to put in technology that doesn't fully exist and doesn't do any good to stop a problem that this isn't the thing that's actually a problem. So, and by the way, if we reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, we're actually going to grow less food. Did you know that the Earth right now is greener than it has been in 40 years? There's more greenery on Earth than there has been before because we've actually got a little bit more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and plants love that.
Do you think that the federal government, in mandating carbon capture to whatever degree they can, or working the crony capitalist angle to get different industries to put in their own carbon capture systems, do you think they're really going to check to see if it really captures carbon? Or do you think that it's just a way to indirectly get more money from in other words, I could say I have a carbon capture on my car, and I literally could put a piece of cheesecloth over the exhaust as long as I gave the government more money to stay off my ass.
I think they'll inspect it because the government loves inspecting things that are pointless. I mean, if you're saying I've got carbon capture, they're like, oh, yeah, here, let's stick a little thing. Oh, yeah, there's certainly carbon dioxide. Well done. Congratulations.
And you can pay us more money to have us come to your place.
Exactly.
And stick a needle up your tailpipe. And that's not a euphemism to see that it works.
And this gives them also another opportunity to actually find companies that aren't capturing the carbon dioxide, which, again, is a pointless task.